Well, welcome back to Backyard Cars, and today we're building the budget drag and drive trailer with scrap metal and boxes. This is going to be fun. Well, I guess the first thing we need to do is just tear it all the way down, you know? Just do that because we have to. Oh, forgot there was some things inside of that. We got to disassemble everything and find out, is the old girl going to be sturdy enough? Nope. There you go. You want to give it a shot, Mary? Oh.
I'll give it a shot. Try to hold it over.
Oh, let me lay this back.
That's a strand.
There you go. Let her try. All right, you're gonna have to hold it up in the air now. Letting the air heavy. Come in hot. You ready? Go. Oh yeah!
I sliced it into half.
You did.
Where?
All right, we got one more. Yes.
That was crazy.
Okay. Let's set this over here now.
I want more.
Yeah, easy.
I want more. It's fun.
Here we go. You want to tear those off?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna tear it off with my things.
I think you guys stand over there and I'll lift it and you can tear it off.
Over here?
No, right over there. There you go. Yeah, you gotta lift it up hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Brakes on me.
It's gonna fly that way as long as you don't have your face over the end. Push. Turn your hand up like this and push it up. There you go. 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 Two hands.
No.
Yeah, look, you just go. You just go.
No.
See? Lainey, you want to give it a shot?
I'm scared.
Nobody, stay here. Pick that one up and try to break it. You got to pick it up hard. Get your hands underneath it and push up on it. Yeah, two hands. Put your fingers up top like this. There you go. Push.
I'll do the last one.
Now Zoe thinks she's a tough girl.
I'll watch it.
That's going to hurt your wrists. Turn your hands around. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Put your palms underneath it. Put your palms underneath it. No. There you go. Just like that. Now you can control it. See? Whoop, whoop.
We're done?
I think so for now. I got to do some frame cleaning, and you guys don't want to do that.
What?
Using the wire brush.
Ooh, are you doing it?
All right. Well, now that we got the majority of what we're doing, down to something we can really start to see, I'm going to wire brush on some spots and just see how bad everything really is. Well, we got our bed frame out because, as you can see, there is some rot on the frame rails. So we're going to do a little shady repair just to stabilize it up. Marked out these two. I got to get some other ones in here to get some cross beams right up in this area so we can make it sturdy enough to hold the majority of our junk right here. You know, and the box is just going to be a bunch of light stuff in the back. Well, I've been hard at it. I got my bed frames on here just sturdying it up. And then I went and kind of started mocking some things up, and I drilled some holes for the aluminum box to go on there. I don't exactly know how the front of this is going to go, but I am definitely putting the big box on the back. So that's where we're at. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to put the box on and secure it down because that's where it's going, and we'll build around it. And I know you may be saying to yourself, well, why are you putting that on the back? Well, two reasons. I want this to be the back of the trailer with all my marker lights so everyone knows that this is as wide as she gets. You know what I'm saying? And this is more of a lightweight storage box type of deal than, you know, actually something that's going to hold a bunch of gear. And it helps when I bolt it on here, it's going to help to make the rear of the frame, you know, the rear of the trailer a little more structurally correct. Yeah. I feel good about that. Box secured. Now, for this here, I don't know what I want to do. I like it inside like that. One on each side with the jack in the center. But my problem is, there's really no room for any type of tool storage up here then. I like the jack right there. That's probably the heaviest single piece that I'm putting on here. So if I offset it to either side, I'm kind of SOL on. What if we put them on like so? I don't know how far the toolbox is, but that's not too shady. You know what I mean? One on each side there. And that's going to give us room to put toolbox here. Where's my gas jug going to go? I got a gas jug I need, and I want a cooler. This is going to be fishy. Well, after careful consideration, we decided that's where we're putting the thingamabob, our jack holder. And so I'm going to tack that in real quick. I think we're getting down to the nitty gritties. We're going to put boxes on each side if we can find them. Little tack weld there. Come on. Tack a couple spots here. Then we'll take the jack off and see what's going on. Alright, now we should be able to remove the jack from this contraption. One more shot with the old jack. Set it down on there. Slide it right into place. That's locked in. And boom. Alright, quick detour. I came out here, figured I would pop the hub off, you know, and check the bearings and see if we needed to grease them and whatnot. And what I found was a frozen inner bearing that was completely locked up. Rear seal that appears to be trashed. And a front bearing that I'm pretty sure they used clay to, you know, grease it up. So now I gotta go search for bearings. I'm gonna pop the other side up and see what we find in there, but most likely we're doing bearings all the way around and new seals. I was hoping just to re-grease them, but I might have one. If the other side is good and I have this one bearing, which I may have up front, I might just re-grease them still. But I'm gonna pop that other side off real quick and, you know, take a peek. And of course, same thing. It looks like they used clay, Georgia clay, to, you know, grease the bearing. And the seal was not effective, and the Georgia clay, you know, the moisture in the clay got to it. So all this is gonna have to be, I'm gonna have to get a chisel back here and tap that bearing off and get new bearings and seals all the way around. Sweet. Can't get any better than that. Alright, try to roll with me here. We got boxes. We got, let's see, I went through, got all new bearings and seals packed in the hubs, all that back together and painted. I painted the springs and the axle and everything down here. I still have to weld up here, so I got this is going there. I made this bar here that I got to weld in for my doohickey box to go up on here. And it's going to go on here, something like that. See? Another tire over there, another box over there. And tools are going to go in there. Pretty simple. I almost forgot too. I got my crossbar, you know, cut out and set in here so that we can weld the hitch into the center. There, I got to go get plates Monday morning. My little plates to make for the outside of each that grab my frame. So things are moving. Well, I did a lot of stuff. And I'm sorry you're not going to get to see it all, me doing it all, but I did it. And this is what we got. We got a trailer with braces and holes and all that good stuff. So now we got to assemble things. Put them on the trailer. Hopefully all my designs work good with no flaws. Of course they will. I designed them. It's going to be flawless. We're going to start by quickly mounting these boxes. I think. Or somewhere here has holes. There we go. With probably the wrong hardware. It's going to be grade 8. But I think it's all too small. I got 4 of the right size ones. and that's it. And they're way too long. But it's what we got, so what do you do when that's what you got? You go with it. This is probably not a good choice. It is what it is. Oh, that's even harder to get to than the first one. Engineering and maintenance often never work hand in hand. Seems like that's going to be pretty good. Here's the holes for this one. It's getting there, right? I don't know. Let me get a tire from back here now and we'll start setting the tires on. Assembly first. I'm actually going to roll this one all the way through. It's the tire that goes over there. Feeling good about it. This is pretty much what we're looking at. We got some straps down, little hooks down here and around, so we're going to strap the tires each individually and then one over both. That way that don't go nowhere. These boxes shouldn't go nowhere. We'll load these up with tools I got off camera here. I did order, I splurged, and I ordered a big 5-gallon can. And I'm thinking we're just gonna, strap down right there. That's my thoughts, at least. And then I have the spare sitting up here. And it's not heavy, but I do want to put more things in the rear, so I don't know exactly where I'm going to mount this spare yet. Well, we're on the back of this here, and as you can see, I made some nifty little brackets for the light to mount to. Out of absolutely nothing, and this is the light we're going to use in there. That's my brake light. I know, it's dumb, but it is what it is. So I made these little brackets. I just cut them out of tin, bent them, drilled some holes in them to hold everything I need. Went a little excessive on the mounting hardware because it's what I had, but this is what it's going to be. And then this is going to sit on that like this, and we're going to zip tie it on there. Either way, that's my light. Let me grab some zip ties because that's how we're putting it on. If you thought we had fancy hardware, you were mistaken. We're just a zip tie kind of crew, And if you use your zip ties correctly, they can be outstanding. Now I'm getting silver on my zip ties because I'm impatient. I can't just wait for something to be done. And don't worry, we're going to bring a lot of these along with us, so if our hardware fails, we're going to have backup. And nothing said it had to be fancy. It said you had to have tail lights, parking lights, all that stuff. Right over here on the side. All right. Tail light installed. Brake light installed. Let's get the tail lights. I got lots of good stuff, is what I'm saying. Some LED amber lights and our tail lights. I guess I got to try them real quick and figure out what direction they go again, so I know what side to put them on and how they're going to mount. That makes sense. All right, these flow out. The turn signal goes out like that, so they need to mount out in that direction. And now, so I'm looking at this, trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. All right, we got the one over there. The blinker's actually going to go up. Sorry about that. Direction, not necessarily the best, but it was going for location over anything else. Ease of installation means a lot. And this is going to ease on my installation a lot. And then I got these little marker lights that we're going to run on the sides of the box. Aim down at the ground. To give us some runway lighting. You know what I'm saying? Let you know where the side of the trailer is. I guess let me get some wiring. We'll screw the lights up to each side and get some wiring done and get it loaded with all our straps, and then we'll pull it out front and hook it to the Monte Carlo and see if our lights and things work. Well, here she is. Car's ready. We're 90% packed up. This is what the trailer ended up looking like. It's pretty jazzy. Box is on there. You know, the jack in the center. Got the spare tire mounted down there. Everything's secured. Real nice. I mean, they couldn't get any better than that. We got our hitch. Looks like it's all good. Threw some stickers on it. She's stout. I mean, everything is good to go. So, got all our lights wired up. We got a little bit of gear in here. You know, not a whole lot, but all the lighter stuff. Got us a nifty caution, you know, falling parts next to 1,000 miles. Old school sticker. We got our little guy here along for the ride. Maybe the wind will, you know, kick his feet. We got the ratchet straps holding the tires in there. And we zip tied all the ends so they don't dangle, but everything's looking good. So now, it's Saturday. We're gonna get the rest of our stuff packed up, and we are gonna head out for Sickweek. Well, that's it. I'm inside the car because the wind is kicking hard out there. And it is getting colder by the minute. So I'm going in to pack up my stuff. And we are leaving in the morning for Sickweek. And hopefully I can throw this video together tonight and get it out to y'all. I appreciate you watching. Wish me luck and keep checking us. Check us on the Facebooks because we'll post on there. And we'll get to the YouTube content when we can sit down and do the long forms. We'll put up some shorts too, probably, along the way. Appreciate you guys. Come back and see us. Till next time. I gotta shut you off because we're going in the house for some hot cocoa.